Hello, welcome back to a new how to find video for Pokemon Crystal. Today I'll be showing you a method of obtaining all 3 starter Pokemon for this game. This method, as far as I'm concerned, works for Pokemon Silver and Gold, however I have not been able to test it. So if someone has the ability to test it and it works, they can confirm it in the comments. So this method requires using the cloning glitch, and so what you want to first do is start up a new game. It's the only way of doing it. Go to Professor Elm and go through the dialogue until you get to choose your first Pokemon. So what you need to do is save before you choose your Pokemon, and then choose it, and then progress through the story until you get your Pokeballs, and then you catch another Pokemon, and then you do the duplication glitch. So I'll show all of that on video right here. I'm just showing you guys right now the choosing the Pokemon phase, and it's very important to save before you choose the Pokemon, and you do not save at any other point in the game. This is one of the most crucial steps in order to actually do this method. So right now I have gone to Mr. Pokemon's house. I got the Mr. Egg. I got the call that your rival stole the other Pokemon. I returned to Professor Elm, talked to the police officer, and now I'm talking to him. At this point you'll be receiving your Pokeballs from the Professor Elm's assistant, and with this you have to go catch any Pokemon in the wild. You're given 5, so you have a good chance of catching, but it's possible that you fail it and you don't catch a Pokemon within those 5 balls, and you might need to restart from the beginning from where you're saved. So that's a possibility, but yeah, I'll be showing the Pokemon that I caught next. So I managed to catch a Sentret. I recommend either finding a Hoppip or a Sentret while you're playing. They have a low or high, whichever. They're easier to catch than, let's say, a Pidgey. I know I had a bit of difficulty actually catching a Pidgey. It took like 3, 4, 5 balls sometimes, but for Sentrets I got them relatively quickly. So that's the Pokemon I caught. I'm gonna head over to the Poke Center now, where we're gonna do the next step. So once we get to the Poke Center, this is one of the next important steps that you need to do for this kind of glitch exploit to work properly. So you want to go to the PC, you want to deposit your starter Pokemon, so in my case Cyndaquil, and this is how having that second Pokemon helps. And now we're going to do the duplication glitch, where you go to switch boxes and you got to turn your game off and on when the save is happening. So as you'll see here, I'm going to pull it off again right here. And so I tried to soft reset, so I held A, B, start select, but I think my Game Boy, something might be wrong with it, so kind of white screen there. But it still worked, everything was fine. The game, I got turned off in that phase. But you can just turn on and off the power button if it's easier for you to do that. So anyway, you start up your game, you start up through, you get back to the start screen, you choose the next Pokemon beside. Now you have to save afterwards, so when you switch over you need to save again, and this way whatever's in the PC right now, whether you did the glitch right or wrong, it's still in the PC. So if you did it right, you save it with the Cyndaquil, and it's very important to save. If you did it wrong, you just got to redo it again to get your first starter in the PC. So once again, once you repeat the steps shown earlier in this video with your second starter in your party, you want to go back to the PC, deposit both of those Pokemon, both the starters you want in your final file, and keep the Sentret in your party. And then once again you reset, do the duplication glitch, you come back and you duplicate those Pokemon to your saves. It's really similar, we're just doing 2 at once this time instead of just 1 at once. And I might like to mention at this point that I'm not really liable for if your game messes up. As you can see, my game had a few issues loading up a few times, and I kind of, it's possible that the game might break, it might corrupt, you might get a lot of bad stuff happening, but it comes with the risk. And so yeah, I'm not necessarily liable if your game breaks. As you can see, I did it on mine towards the end. You can see I did it perfectly on mine, but just beware that you're doing some stuff to the game that isn't necessarily meant to be happening. So finally, you come back to your PC and you see you have all 3 starter Pokemon. I'd like to mention at this point that you can bypass the second run at Mr. Pokemon's house to get the 5 Pokeballs if you gave the first starter you duplicated a Pokeball. That way you can just go catch one quickly, do the second step, and you will have all three without having to progress through the story in the second playthrough. So as you can see, Chikorita, Totodile, and Cyndaquil, all three starters. Perfect for when Pokemon Crystal, Silver, and Gold, I said that in the wrong way, but perfect for when those three Pokemon games come out on the Virtual Console eventually, just like Red, Blue, and Yellow came out. A perfect way to get all three starters for yourself without having to get 2 copies of the game or without having to trade in between individuals. So thank you for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for whatever I post next. See ya.